Jazz is a vibrant and influential form of music that has played a significant role in shaping American culture and history. However, despite its importance, many young people today are not exposed to jazz studies or aware of its impact. That is where this nonprofit organization comes in. Dedicated to promoting exposure to jazz studies and raising awareness about its importance, Jazz Outreach Initiative works to provide resources and opportunities for young people to engage with this rich and diverse form of music. We will explore some of the ways in which jazz has influenced American culture and how this nonprofit organization is working to ensure that the next generation has the opportunity to experience and appreciate this important art form. Donny Thompson is the executive director of Jazz Outreach Initiative. It is a nationally recognized educational nonprofit based in Las Vegas, Nevada, and an affiliate of Jazz at Lincoln Center. Donny holds a bachelor's degree in music from University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and a master's degree in nonprofit administration from Louisiana State University. His love of education and music, along with his business acumen, has afforded him the opportunity to support philanthropic efforts across the Las Vegas Valley. Jazz Outreach Initiative, known as JOI, uses jazz as a vehicle to connect the language of music to the language of life through more than a dozen world class educational, outreach, and performance programs. Welcome to the podcast, Donny.
Thank you so much. It's great to be with you.
When you say Las Vegas and you say jazz, I'm immediately transported into that music scene. So tell us about the mission and the goals of your organization.
Well, the mission of Jazz Outreach Initiative is to connect the language of music to the language of life through educational programs, outreach programs, and of course performances. And we have more than a dozen different kinds of programs that reach different demographics of the community. Um, One of the ones that we call sort of our Super Bowl is the essentially Ellington Regional High School Jazz Band Festival here in Las Vegas. There are, I think, about 28 or 29 of those nationally, which are part of the Jazz at Lincoln Center licensure program. And of course, they have the national festival, which is competitive, but ours is not competitive. Ours is strictly educational focused. And we bring dozens of school bands all from across the western half of the country, of the United States, to all in one place. The students learn from each other, support each other, cheer for each other, uh, and learn from world-class artists that we bring in from all over the nation. It's just a really phenomenal experience for everyone involved, and that, and we have got a bunch of other programs we can discuss as well. But I just wanted to wish you a happy International Jazz Month as well. I'm not sure if
Okay.
International Jazz Day is the 30th, but April is Jazz Month across the globe. And International Jazz Day is an international day celebrated by an organization headed by Herbie Hancock.
Oh, awesome. I wish happy jazz month to you as well. Wonderful. So I must make arrangements to go to some place where I can get into the jazz mood.
Yeah, you can actually go to jazzday.com and you can see a listing of all the events all across the globe, including
Oh, okay.
probably some jazz you can find on that website as well.
Oh, lovely. Thank you for sharing that. So when you say you have this gathering and you celebrate, so in this community, do you also collaborate with other organizations since it's such a large scale event?
Yes, of course. So the essentially Ellington Regional Festival, we work with very closely with UNLV, who have been partners of ours for almost since the beginning of our organization in 2017. We actually host the festival on the campus of UNLV each spring, and next year is going to be um, President's Day weekend again here in Las Vegas. So we're really grateful to have a lot of organizations. We also partner with the College of Southern Nevada, which is a community college here in town, part of the State Institute. complex for education, higher education. And that's where we house our educational programs, things like the Las Vegas Youth Jazz Orchestra, Jammin' with Joy, which is a free summer program that we do over the summer for students that would someplace to go and just experience playing with each other. And then a lot of other educational programs, competition and arrangement classes and combos and things like that, all housed there on the campus of College of Southern Nevada. We're also really close friends with the Nevada School of the Arts here in town, an independent organization that does a lot of education. So we have a lot of different friends here in town. We all work together. It's part of what our overall goal is, to create a culture of jazz and community in the community of Las Vegas.
Wonderful. It sounds so nice. Do you also ensure that your programs are accessible to a diverse range of people, including those from, say, underserved communities?
Absolutely. The Las Vegas Youth Jazz Orchestra is one such group where we have kids come in. I think the youngest is 11. One of our drummers
Yeah.
in middle school, the oldest goes to about 18, 19 years old. They come from all different demographics and backgrounds, from all different schools, all across the Clark County School District, which I don't know if you know is the sixth largest school district in the nation here in the United.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, I wasn't aware.
Yeah, and then we have Buzzin' and Brass, which is our brass quintet that we send out to elementary school Title I schools, which are disadvantaged, underserved communities, um, identified as Title I, which indicates that they're quote unquote at risk. And that is co sponsored by the Smith Center, another partner of ours, that allows us to go into those schools. And in those environments, these are students that may never hear jazz if it wasn't for organizations like us going in and showing them what instruments look like, sound like, and then playing recognizable tunes that feature those individual instruments.
Right.
Let's take a break to understand what Chezuba is. Everyone at some point ponders on how this beautiful life can be made more meaningful. Maybe you're a leader trying to enhance your employees' experience at your organization. Or you already work for the community and seek volunteers with state-of-the-art skills to strengthen your nonprofit. Whatever your situation, know that you can make a difference. Chezuba began with this very vision, a vision to facilitate every skill and every passion in the world in meeting a social need. Corporate volunteering has several benefits for both businesses and organizations. In parallel, experienced and enthusiastic volunteers join NGO workers, enabling them to serve the community more effectively. Chezuba offers everyone looking to add purpose and meaning to their lives a chance to connect or volunteer virtually with nonprofit organizations from over 100 countries around the world. Visit www.chezuba.net and explore opportunities to find meaning. Chezuba, your platform to do good. And now, back with our guest.
And since you are so much into in person events, has the COVID 19 pandemic affected your functioning?
It did initially. At first, like all nonprofits, especially those of us in the performing arts community, we were a little worried about, when the shutdown happened and we weren't going to be able to do live performances or in-person classes and things. That was when we sort of got our heads together and we said, you know what, this is really an opportunity for Jazz Outreach Initiative, or Joy as we call it, because we're joyful,
Yes.
to really reinvent ourselves. We were still pretty young, and so we redid our bylaws and our policy guides, and we built some infrastructure around the organization. We just really used that time to solidify our organization, knowing that we would come out stronger when the pandemic was over. And we certainly have done that. We've expanded rapidly and very progressively into the community, especially with one of our programs. Speaking back to your question about diversity, the Jazz Roots program, ROUTES, which is a play on words. Um,
Okay.
Goes directly into the heart. So normally we go into groups of people. We help large groups of people, but Jazz Roots centers in on a single individual child who would never be able to afford an instrument. And we, through a partnership with Music and Arts, which is America's largest instrument retailer, they actually donate the instruments to us, and we are able to provide those instruments to that child at no cost. Now, there are
Wonderful.
organizations that do similar types of instrument donations, but we're the only ones that I'm aware of that goes one step farther, because the most expensive part of learning an instrument, of having, isn't owning it or buying it. It's learning how to play it, because music lessons are usually
Mm.
$30 to $60 for a half hour to an hour lesson. So we have
Mm.
donors and sponsors that help pay for the lessons for the first year. So the child gets a free brand new instrument and a year's worth of lessons all through our program.
Wow, that's so cool. Absolutely cool. Donnie, do you have any advice for young people who may be interested in pursuing a career in jazz but don't know how to, or uh, perhaps they could get involved with your organization?
Yes, absolutely. Well, the easiest thing to do if you're not in Las Vegas and you want to be a part of what we're doing is go to our website, jazzoutreachinitiative.org. And jazzoutreachinitiative.org has a lot of contact forms. You can sign up for our email newsletter, learn about our events and classes that are coming up. Anytime there's something going on, we send out an email blast. You can like us on our social media pages. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Um, we're soon going to be on Patreon. And so we're out there doing things in the public online. Definitely look us up if you're around the Las Vegas Valley. We're easy to find. We're over at the community college. We also have a center over at a local Lutheran church, that allows us to rent space over there. Of course,
Okay.
so we're everywhere you want us to be, including globally. If you want to go that far? We do have a student actually that signs into some of our classes from Jakarta.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty far off, but that's lovely, lovely. And I'm sure, Donny, with the learning of jazz, actually with any musical instrument or any music, there are many life skills also that come attached with it, right? Like work ethic, like self confidence, and improved uh, patience or improved behavior. Have you seen that happen in your in the children, young individuals that you have met?
Yeah, absolutely. The thing about jazz is that it's a truly democratic art form. Meaning that if you look at the function, let's say, of a big band, you have your bass player and your drummer and your piano player. But there's something that happens between, especially the bass player and the drummer, where they're listening to each other, they're collaborating live in real time with each other. They give and take a lot from each other, so the tempo doesn't have to be metronomic. It
Mm.
give and flow a little bit. As each one gives a little bit, the other one kind of accommodates that. Of course, the instruments listen to each other within their section. They feed off of the ones that are in front and back of them. And there's a conversation that happens when there are solos happening. Exactly, right? So you have somebody that says something, if you will, in the jazz language through an instrument, and a solo and an improvisation, and then someone responds to it. And so those are the kinds of things that with jazz, they really don't happen with classical music or any other art form. They only
Mm.
jazz. And so tolerance and patience and work ethic and the ability to work with others, to get along with each other. And in a world like we live in today that seems to be so divided amongst every possible category you can find, jazz is really that unifying force that can bring people together and help them learn how to collaborate.
Absolutely, yes. So true. Wonderful. Great talking to you, Donny. Um, would you like to share any other incident that perhaps is, memorable, something that stays with you?
Yes, there's a young student. named Gennaro who came to us through our Jazz Roots program, and he had a debilitating anxiety disorder. So he has a hard time leaving the house, for example, when he's in public, he was going to come and pick up he wanted an electric guitar, so we got him a guitar and an amplifier and everything to go with it. And he wasn't able to stay for the presentation ceremony for Jazz Roots. But we gave it to his teacher, and his teacher took it, and he started taking his lessons at Music and Arts. And now he's getting ready to graduate from his first year, and he's been posting videos of his playing, and he's been
Nice.
talking on camera about how much has changed his life. Um,
And imagine this one had anxiety issues.
very much. And his mother came to us and she said, he's almost a different person. This music has changed his life. And
Yes.
we're all about it's we don't want to just give back to the community a great cultural art form. We want to really install in the community something that's healing and unifying, and that's overall what our mission really accomplishes, is just creating this culture in the community of healing, unity, love, respect, and frankly, here we go, joy.
Yeah. Yes, joy indeed. Wonderful. Great talking to you, Donny. All your efforts, I hope you great success, and I wish that you keep helping to preserve the legacy of jazz and keep inspiring new generations of musicians and fans.
Thank you so much. All of our we have great music. There's a CD we just released with Wynton Marsalis, Clint Holmes, and Hampton. You can find all of the information on our website, jazzoutreachinitiative.org. It's available on all streaming platforms.
Awesome. I'll do that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Great talking to you.
You too.